You're listening to The Burning Truth. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes, and welcome into the new year, 2019. It's so weird saying that as we are, but this is the first ever episode of TBT for the new year. And with that, this will be a New Year special because normally, like I stated, for Sunday we didn't have an episode because it being such a special occasion. I decided to have an extra few days to be able to sort of summarise, because we've got a lot to go through, because we are not just going to be discussing over how good, 28, over certain things of 2018. We're going to be talking TBT Awards, which will have these categories, and this is in any random order. We have One to Watch, we have Wrestler of the Year with both male and female categories, Match of the Year, Event of the Year, Oh My God Moments of the Year, and of course the how do I say this, the A-hole of the Year award, just to keep it clean. Now, I know the last category that the last one I mentioned, it isn't going to go down as popular because we're meant to be promoting, more positive wrestling, but you will understand, as that will not be just your typical role. And also, just to mention that most of the categories will have like a British answer, and also the overseas, the main televised, section as well. So just so you know, I am not just going to be just going, oh, there's one, clumping it all together, because a lot of the time, the only one that I would mostly get seen possibly could be, the mainstream or UK, depending on affliction. I'm deciding to do both sides, so almost in a way, I am doubling it up as well. But it's a very, very, very interesting. I can also say last year was interesting to say, because for the Burning Truth, we managed to get, basically our own website, breaking new grounds, getting predictions with a certain, I believe, supposed blog that I meant to be doing, but that will get eventually started on. And also to, breaking down barriers, we also had some big news in regards to UK Way on UK Ways ramping up into this year, which if I'm not mistaken, that event, their first event is coming in rapidly. But as I've always stated, one thing I will state that's always been the case is anybody who has listened and has checked out the their local wrestling, thank you very much for doing so. The one thing I want everyone to do is sort of follow suit in regards to that, because if you're checking out your local wrestling, you are supporting the local business, which then progresses them further. Could end up getting them much, much further down the road onto bigger things, bigger mainstreams, who knows, even their own network eventually. And also, if not, it can end up even leading to the said wrestler who you're mostly supporting going on to the big leagues, or stepping up, or if not stepping into the big leagues, stepping up that extra next rung on the ladder. Now, with all that mentioned, and I know that seems a bit of a rushed thing to say with the whole new year and everything. I can also say we've had some hits, we've had some misses, because we've lost many, many wrestlers over this year. It's just unfortunate. So with that, I'm just going to do a quick minute silence over the wrestlers that we lost in 2018. That was most likely a little bit longer than a minute, but I just thought I'd just put a little bit of extra few seconds on just to pay further tribute in regards to it. Now, one thing I'm just going to state with 2018, and it was sad to see it go, but with the unfortunate stuff, because straight away I know I had to take some time off from TBT. Hopefully that won't be the case for 2019. I'll hopefully try and get it, one out every week. If I can't, I will state on it. Apologies for, if I'm able to, or I'll try my best to get a pre-recorded episode prepared for said week. Now, what is interesting with the new year, it means we've got some new things coming into play. And possibly, some future ideas. I'm potentially considering, with the Burning Truth, possibly running some, some donation runs potentially for certain charities. If anybody wants to or is interested in having a charity, being involved, I want to hear about it, so I can basically chase up the cause and hopefully try to donate. Hopefully help. Basically, if you've got a give-in page, a donation page, let me know about it, because I want to be able to help out in any way I can, advertise it as much as possible, and also brings plenty of happiness and joy to the charities. Just for a major example, and notice one thing that a lot of people might have noticed with myself, I am a massive avid fan of Changes UK, for healthy minds and well-being. I'm also a big avid fan of Mind as well. Of course, if anybody has ever actually see me in person, you'll probably notice on my left wrist, I've actually got a bit of a band that's for Dougie Mack or Douglas McMillan. I want to do my best to raise any awareness towards them causes, and if you are able to donate, please do donate to said causes, as it would go around helping a lot of people. Now, one thing I'm going to be just stating with that is all I will say on them subjects. But the new year is going to be fantastic. We're going to be bringing, hopefully I'll be actually getting my actual blogs into order and actually getting them out. On top of that, I have been in talks about possibly bringing something back, an old thing called TBT Games. Now, whether that actually happens or not, I don't know, but it depends. If there's a massive demand for it, let me know, And if there is a demand for it, let me know what games you're interested in seeing me play. I am interested in possibly doing it, so who knows, I could end up doing a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, let's get down to business, as that was basically a big chunk to talk of. I was going to hopefully save that for the rest at the end of this episode, but instead I ended up get it out of the way, get it done and dusted. But hopefully I should be bringing more for TBT, for example, TBT games, and hopefully some other ideas as well. Because I have had somebody mention an idea of, who knows, film reviews. That could be an interesting one. If you've got any ideas for the TBT or the Burning Truth, let me hear it, and I will hopefully try to get it into play. And if you do actually give the idea, I will make sure whoever does give me the idea is mentioned and is thanked for gratefully as well. So with that, let's get on to the TBT Awards. Right, now, which one shall we go for first? Let's get it out of the way. The category that not everyone enjoys the most, the one that will probably, a lot of people might think is negativity, the a-hole of the year. Now, a lot of people might wonder why I'm calling it the a-hole. Now, in the past, that has had many, many names. We've had the Dixie Carter Award. It's been known as the Vince Russo Award because of a certain hatred of somebody. I'm not naming names. Whoops. That would most likely be me. But at the same time, you know what? I'm still going to call it the Vince Russo Award. And let's call it that. Now, for this award, they have to be categorized as somebody who didn't do the business any favors, someone who might have done some bad things. Now, this one is going to not be your typical one. This is going to be not actually at a wrestler, but someone who possibly was involved in management. Now, with this, the person, I don't know who, unfortunately, I can't actually state the person's name, because I don't know who it was who actually came up with this idea, but the person who has won it, I would say drum roll please, but unfortunately that's not the case. Whoever booked Brock Lesnar to keep the WWE Universal Championship for so freaking long, and then eventually somehow win it back so soon. What the hell? Seriously, I mean, what the hell? You've got somebody who's barely even turning up with the championship. A championship that's, okay, been building. And yes, adding Brock Lesnar's name does add credibility to it. It is amazing. But for how long he had it off the freaking tally, it made the championship almost defunct. And now, after so long of not being on TV, Roman Reigns finally wins it. Finally! And I will state, this is unfortunate that it had to happen. That he lost. He ended up, not lost, ended up forfeiting the championship due to his battle with leukemia, which I will state, I do hope that he is able to successfully beat it and make a successful return to the ring. And this is all from TBT, the Burning Truth and myself. We wish you all with nothing but the best, Roman Reigns, and we hope your battle goes well. Please return soon, hopefully in good graces and a happy vibe. Now, after he's just vacated the championship, we then are getting a chance to get a new champion. Lesnar, the previous one, who never turns up, or Braun Strowman, who's going to be turning up every week. Everyone predicted it was going to be Braun. No, did we decide to put it on Brock? Which, yes, I understand. Shocking, unbelievable. Wow, did not see that coming. It is shocking. But the fact is, a lot of people are more upset not because, oh, it's Brock, he's doing a bag. Brock isn't getting booed because he's being such a villain. It's the fact that he's spending next to no time on television with that freaking belt. That is meant to be the main Raw Championship. Where is he? Where has he been? Nowhere. And take into account, wins it. Yay! And it comes to, let's go to the next pay-per-view. I believe it's Survivor Series. Yay! Is he defending it? Is he? Is he Hal? He ends up fighting the WWE champion. So I'm thinking to myself, oh great. Here we go. Champion vs champion. Anytime I guess, he gets the win over Daniel Bryan. Fine. Predictable. TLC comes up. Hi, TLC, pay-per-view. Hi, Brock. Non-existent. So, please, WWE, in 2019, get Brock to drop the belt, let him go off into the sunset, because if Braun doesn't win it, then the fact of all that hype, that build that you've done on him, means nothing. And what, you might say, oh, but he upset, he said something, he did this, he did that. You don't just do it on a whim to change it. The fact is, that championship is earning less and less points by not being on the television. Get it back on, and it'll be done. But anyway, that out the way, that will be the Vince Russo Award for 2018. Now, let's get on to the next one, which is, I believe, the OMG. You know what? Screw it. Let's go with OMG Moment of the Year. Now, OMG is something that is synonymous with, oh my God! Terrible Joey Styles impersonation there. But this is the one event where we don't have multiple, like the UK, standard and everything, same as the Vince Russo Award. However, in trying to decide the OMG Moment of the Year, I come across 3 major moments that happened throughout the year that stand out in different ways because it was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Now, 2 of the moments are actually from WrestleMania 34, I believe. WrestleMania 34, which I'll mention the first one, which is Braun Strowman winning the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship from the Bar with Nicholas. That, I can only say, was an absolute stroke of genius. Had me... It's OMG because it's so... You don't see it coming. It created a magic moment. Absolutely stellar. And something nobody predicted would come to be. Nobody saw it coming. And it's an OMG moment because the fact is, regardless of it, even if Nicholas is a kid of an employee who works for WWE or anything, he is now in the record books for WWE as a tag team championship holder. I don't care who you are. If you're the one who got picked out, damn hell you be bragging about that. Through school, high school, college, and everything. You be bragging about it. Even regardless of whether these people go, it's fake, it's this, and everything. Damn it. He's got his face on television at a major event, and it's worldwide known. So that's one pick. The other one from WrestleMania 34 is the sight of this was during the match between Brock and Roman. Now, I am shocked at WWE for allowing this to happen. But when that happened, the fact that you got Brock making Roman bleed a hard way through savagely beating him was just... It turned me. It was like, oh my God, are they actually doing this to try and help get Roman over? And to some cases, this might not be a good OMG. What was so shocking is the fact that he just bloodied him. He's bleeding, and he's still carrying on. I have got to give credit to Roman Reigns for allowing this to happen, for agreeing to this, and coming up short. Wow. He, as much as a lot of people can say, Roman can't do this, can't do that. It doesn't matter. It shows how much of a company man Roman is for wrestling. He eats, breathes, and sleeps it straight away. The fact that he is willing to, throw his own blood, sweat, and tears, and I mean literal blood, into the mix to try and help create a moment. So all credits to Roman Reigns for going through that, for it to then be taken away from him and having Brock. Now the third OMG moment is from Johnny Gargano, and I believe this was from NXT TakeOver New Orleans. No, is it New Orleans? No, my mistake. My mistake is from NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, which is a classic 5-star match. Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. Now, Johnny Gargano grabbing Tommaso Ciampa off the steel boxes near the entranceway and jumping off, doing the air raid crash through a table, which normally you'd see some form of safety mat underneath. There wasn't. It was just stone floor. And I'm watching. It's like, yeah, they're not going to do that. That's a hard floor. Thump. That I could not believe when that happened. I'm looking at it and I'm like, have I just seen that? That was just unbelievable in what I've just seen. It was just a sight to behold. It was just shock, awe, and thinking to myself, match over, done, sealed and dealed. But they are my 3 OMG moments for 2018. I can't decide between the... Even now, I'm conflicted. You know what? I'm going to pick one out of the 3. And for the simple matter of fact that it's a positive and happy one, I am going to go with Braun Strowman winning the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship from the bar with Nicholas. I've got to. It's a happy moment. It's one that should be cherished for many, many years. Now, from OMG moment to event of the year. Now, just to state, 4, because this will have a mainstream and a UK. For the mainstream, I need to just mention this. Unfortunately, this event will not be added onto it, and this is only because I haven't seen it, and it's unfortunate I haven't seen it because I've been told it is an absolute stellar event, which was New Japan Dominion. Unfortunately, because I haven't seen it, I cannot judge on whether it was the event of the year or not, which means any of the matches on there will not be able to be awarded the match of the year candidacy as well. So unfortunately, that is my case and point in regards to it. And let's move on to the actual events. I say event of the year. I say it's more likely events of the year, which is for the mainstream. I am going to pick NXT TakeOver New Orleans, which isn't the one that has the. That event was top to bottom knockout drag out. Not a single bad match on the card. Absolute stellar. You got a ladder match. You got a championship. A former champion. You've got a rematches. You got brawls. You got fights. This was absolutely stellar for the year. But then again, WWE NXT always entertained and was amazing. And I cannot state how amazing it was. It was just absolutely amazing. But with that, it's one that I'd recommend everybody to check it out on the WWE Network for just $9.99. Please do. Vince, where's my damn money for advertising you so much? Now, aside from that, for the UK to be seen, this is from one I have seen myself. I have got to give this to Shropshire Wrestling Alliance Super Show. Absolute stellar card, amazing top to bottom. Had some interesting matches. Tony Storm being there, Chris Masters. We've got a hellish Fatal 4-Way that was on there. It just screams at you. I believe that the Fatal 4-Way match is actually on YouTube, which is also on there. So check that out if you want to see it for yourself. And absolutely amazing. Top to bottom, great card, one that I was there for myself, and I believe I was actually helping some colleagues and friends there as well. But wish that it was that good. I couldn't put pen. If I had a pad and pen, I couldn't have written anything down. I was in awe of it because it was top to bottom. Absolutely amazing card because straight away you've even got Luke Basham versus the antisocial Ash Draven in their massive feud, and I will state that was a all-out war. Spike Trevette was an absolute savage. No, but what more can I say? Please, if you can be able to see that, I believe they're part of a online streaming network. Please, if you can see it, see the SD Racer show. Please check it out. Worth every single penny. Now, let's get on to Match of the Year. Now, Match of the Year, as I stated, for the mainstream, I cannot state that I have seen Omega versus Okada 4, which is from New Japan Dominion, which means it will not be added into this due to not seeing it. So, unfortunately, that will not be added. It has to be a match that I have actually seen. Now, instead of doing the mainstream, I'm going to go straight to the UK one. The reason why I go straight to the UK one is because when it comes to matches, just take into account the event of the year was the SWA Super Show. This match is from that show, which is the Fatal 4-Way, and I'll state who are in it, which is Al Phantasmo versus Jody Fleisch versus Sean Custom versus Mark Andrews. Top to bottom, absolutely amazing show. Everyone who was there was saying possible match of the year, match of the year, match of the year, match of the year. Absolutely stunning, amazing. And if anybody wants to see that match, like I stated before, you can possibly pay for the actual stream of the entire event, which I do recommend you do. That match is actually out for free on YouTube through the Shropshire Wrestling Alliance YouTube channel. Please check that match out. It is one not to miss. Absolutely amazing. Please check it out. Unbelievable. Now, Match of the Year. Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Haven't I mentioned this? This actually had one of the close to OMG moments of the year for me. And I can honestly say that match was absolutely brutal. It got very, very physical, very, very violent, and it showed how, what was so good about that match is them pair showed how well they worked together, and it's just wow. Top to bottom, has me in absolute amazement from it. I don't think this was their first, second, or third. I'm not sure which match of theirs this was, but this was. It's even down as a Dave Meltzer 5-star match, and it is absolutely amazing. One that I would recommend everyone to see on the WWE Network. Please check it out. It is one that tells an amazing story from top to bottom, because it shows what was so weird about it is Johnny Gargano had Tommaso Ciampa dead to rights. He had him dead to rights. Unfortunately, pride becomes before the fall. Johnny Gargano let his anger get the better of him, and Tommaso Ciampa, being the villain that he is, the nasty piece of work that he is, managed to sneak in. And I can honestly say, absolutely amazing match. One I recommend everybody to check out. Now, final two categories is one to watch and rest of the year. I'll move on to one to watch first. And for the one to watch, I'm going to pick on the mainstream, Ricochet. Is a freaking human highlight reel. Just watch some of his indie work. It's amazing stuff. Absolutely stellar. He's bringing that to the mainstream, and I can see big things for him, hopefully. However, we'll have to wait and see until he is called up. I hope they do call him up. If not, that would be such a shame, because the man is a human highlight reel, as I've already stated. Just take into account the fact that he was actually on the event of the year, NXT TakeOver New Orleans, for this year, and top to bottom, one that I would recommend all of you to check out. He's a wrestler that I recommend everyone to check out, because regardless whoever he's against, whatever he's doing, he is producing absolute amazing matches. Now, for the UK scene, ones to watch, I'm going to mention not one, but two names. And the irony of it is, both these pair are a tag team. They've fought against each other. They've tagged with each other. And I can also say both of them are absolutely stellar. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they are, I'm just trying to think if they are, they are champions from Italy, tag team champions, I believe, the ICW champions of Italy, not Insane Championship Wrestling. They've managed to win their first championship gold this in 2018. They are absolute stellar team, one that I have seen up and down the country, up and down this country, and one that I would personally recommend anybody to check out, which is a tag team known as Connors and Black. And in case you want to know their full names, that would be CJ Connors and Joe Black. Absolute great performers. know how to be entertaining, and they are ones to watch for the UK scene. So if you see their name on a poster or being advertised, I recommend you check them out. Now, rest of the year will be categorised under the following, which are, you have mainstream male and female, and UK male and female. Now, for me, on the female side, I know a lot of people are going to say, but she's actually mainstream now. Yes, she is, but I actually got to see her in person on the UK scene before she actually, basically before she finished off her dates. And I can honestly say, absolute amazing talent, Toni Storm. And a lot of people are going to say, but she's not British. Here's my point I'm going to counteract. She might not be British, but she has put on clinic matches over in Britain and is a absolute talent. I would state Toni Storm bleeds for the UK wrestling scene more than most. You wouldn't believe it. So, congratulations to my UK pick, Toni Storm, who's managed to get a WWE contract and is now on NXT UK. Please keep up the great work and keep going. Now, for the male side, I can also say one person that stands out. He has been Wrestler of the Year for many companies. That would be either he has been Wrestler of the Year for SWA, he has been Wrestler's Choice for FCW, and he has now got TBT Wrestler of the Year award for the UK category. Luke Basham, who is also the UKWA King of the Kingdom champion. I can also say it, the man has had entertaining matches, and he almost actually got onto the OMG Moment of the Year as well with the Thunderous Spear. If I'm honest with you, if OMG had its own category, separate, for mainstream in the UK, I believe I would have actually given it to Luke Basham doing that Thunderous Spear on CJ Connors through the ropes onto tables. Absolutely amazing. The man works so damn hard for what he does. Okay, he's had injuries, he's come back, and he had an absolute stellar year. The guy can, especially with his feud with Ash Draven at SWA, he has been absolutely entertaining at FCW. Fingers crossed. He is a top UK wrestler I recommend, and also at the same time could be one to watch as well. But I would say congratulations to Luke Basham. Now on for Wrestler of the Year for the mainstream, and I am going to go with the males one, and I know this might not get many picks, many views, because yes, I know Kenny Omega is an absolute amazing wrestler and one I would pick if I had seen more of his work. Unfortunately, this year, all of the matches I've seen were absolutely amazing, but I've seen more WWE, so with that, I can't judge it fairly in the sense of with Kenny Omega. Possibly what I'm gonna, mainstream for you for independence, I'm gonna give it Kenny Omega for the independent scene, because I'm just gonna make this one up on the fly for independent scene, because Kenny Omega does deserve to have his Wrestler of the Year moment as an independent, but absolutely amazing wrestler. Can't fault him, and he is brilliant. He is absolute genius in the ring, especially going against, I believe, Okada. He's had 4 matches against him, and absolute stellar. Absolute, knocks it out the bat. He has matches with Chris Jericho, knocks it out the bat. So with that, Kenny Omega's on the independent scene for mainstream as WWE and everything. I'm going to be picking Johnny Gargano for the fact that he has had multiple 5-star matches. Whenever he's on an NXT takeover event, he is putting whoever's on that in that match, in the match of the night category every time, and is top to bottom. There's a reason why the fans, before he did his villainous turn, were calling him Johnny Wrestling, because he was that. Or correction, he is that. He is the personification of Johnny Wrestling. Now, on the female side, a lot of people may disagree with me or may agree with me. I don't know. A lot of people expect me to say, Charlotte Flair. No. Now, wrestling ability-wise, yes, she is an absolute fantastic female wrestler. But for me, wrestler of the year for the mainstream, for female category, has to go to Becky Lynch, because a lot of people go, huh? Why Becky? She didn't have the best year of 2018. She might not have, but when it came to the moment to turn it all round, the moments when she's possibly meant to be villainous, she's ended up getting the crowd behind her with her own, the fact that WWE allowed her to turn on Charlotte, to then suddenly start being the last kicker and kicking ass, and suddenly dropping that name to becoming the man. I can also state Becky Lynch as actually, I liked her before. I've always liked Becky Lynch, a part of WWE and everything. The fact that she has managed to put on this persona of the man, Becky Lynch, she has absolutely turned it around, has absolutely knocked it out the park. She is going 10 to the leather, and the good thing about it is, okay, she had the SmackDown Championship for a short time, but straight away we are now looking at a potential main event WrestleMania moments. And when I say moments, not a potential WrestleMania 35 moments potentially against Ronda Rousey. Not 100% confirmed. If it is, that will be an absolute stellar match. One that was originally teased for Survivor Series. Unfortunately, due to Nia Jax breaking her face, which in a way has actually done him a bit of a favour, because we don't just get it see off the bat. We get it teased, we get it build, and then Pair are going to build that so beautifully. WWE, you ruined this, you deserve your arse kicked if you ruin that. Now, with that, the only way I can see it is Becky Lynch, hero, Ronda Rousey, villain. And that's the way I can see that being pushed. Please push it that way. That will be entertaining as hell, and is one that I'm pretty sure you will have people. But, this is me imitating the fact that WWE will be paying their money to WWE, saying, here, take my money. Please do it. That will be absolutely amazing. And with that would be the TBT Awards all done and dusted. Thank you very much for listening to this special episode. And with that, I am now going to move on to the plugs for TBT, which is, please check out UK Wrestling Alliance, also known as UKWA, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they will be... I know this week they haven't done a roster reveal, because with it being so close to being New Year's Eve and everything, they decided, because to be with family, loved ones, and everything else, that they will be doing it next week, next Monday instead. So please check out on Monday for the new roster reveal. Who knows? It could even be a double again, a bit like how it happened on Christmas Eve. So please wait and see on their social media for that. Please check out UKWM, also known as UK Wrestling and Media. Please check out Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy, as they do actually have beginner classes on Monday, which is £10 per class, which is 7 p.m, 9 p.m. for actual driving location. Please check out their social media for Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy, which they are on Facebook and I believe on other social media like Twitter as well and Instagram. Please check out JT Pinching and Stitching. They do absolutely fantastic work. As always, please check out Mind and Changes UK for health and well-being. As I can keep stating, the information on there could prove massively useful and could end up helping yourself or someone that you know. You never know. Team 4-Star, producing great material. Please keep it up, guys. Check out bands like The New Breed and Kamens. As always, please check out Botchamania. Woo! You're welcome, Matthew. So glad to be able to do that again. Please check out Barely Ever Studios, which is a game review channel on YouTube. Please check out Fatal Misfire on Twitch. Unfortunately, I do not have when they are usually live, but to check them out, please check them out on Twitch. On Twitch under Fatal Misfire HD. I recommend you check out Philip DeFranco on YouTube, he's on a hiatus at the moment, but will be returning to his regular scheduled programming of bringing the news and possibly bringing it twice a day. And please check out When Fandom Strikes. Absolutely amazing. It's because of TikTok that I ended up finding out about When Fandom Strikes, and especially with her thoughts that keep me up at night. Absolutely amazing. Please check it out. And please check out Luke Moto, who has now, I believe, supposed meant to be doing daily vlogs. And he's actually he has released one out today. So please check that out. Hashtag Luke Moto vlogs or hashtag Luke Moto. And please, the guy is trying his best. And I can also say, nice guy. Keep up the good work, Luke. And I hope you continue to be entertaining and keep us all smiles and laughter. And with that, please check out any of your local wrestling shows, just for in case you need to have any being mentioned. United Wrestling, Academy Pro Wrestling, Future Championship Wrestling, also known as FCW, and please check out Shropshire Wrestling Alliance, Fusion Pro Wrestling, and many, many more. For example, we've got Southside. I'm trying to remember some others. Slam Wrestling, and the list could go on forever and ever. And of course, the brand new any new companies that could be coming into for the new year as well. So please check them. Always check out local wrestling. And of course, last but not least, please check out the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com, where it's possible where you listen to us live. You could be listening to this live, or you're possibly listening to this as a past broadcast. We also have past interviews on there, written show reviews, and also audio show reviews. We've also got some merchandise where you can get some snazzy t-shirts and office mugs, which do actually make some great presents. Could be late presents, possibly. So please check them out. There is a blog page on there, which is where I will be getting predictions out on there as usual. Again, and I will be hopefully getting blogs out for the future. We've also got a contact page as well. If you have any questions or anything you want to get through to the Burning Truth, please, you can either send it through there or our social media, which I'll cover that in a minute, to send messages to us. And also anything that I have mentioned on during this moment of plugging and everything, I've got some links on the links page. But just to state, anything inappropriate on their website is the Burning Truth is not held responsible. The Burning Truth, Matt Burns, or my essentially myself, are not being held responsible for, as we do not control the content that they produce on their page. But I do recommend you do check them out, because they usually try to do their best to keep it clean. And of course, as always, please check out the Burning Truth social media, which is we are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and of course Twitter, which the Twitter one's a bit different, which is WRESLING4THWALL. And of course we are on Spotify, so please check out some of our past episodes on there as well. And of course that will be a wrap up for this special episode, the brand new year and everything. So please, as always, please check out your local wrestling and keep it going stronger than ever. And of course, as always, stay well, stay safe, and Happy New Year. And I hope you have a great 2019. Until then, I will catch you next week. Ta-da.